So we come back to marriage again. This is the 8th episode of marriage. Last time we talked about wedding and consummation. Today the title is The First Year of Marriage. The first year of marriage. I want to talk about some points here. Maybe this is one of the most important lecture in this series. So now the wedding is over. The guests left. The noise is gone. You are at home. You are start now the real life. First point today I want to talk is what to expect. So the first thing is, or the illusions end. You know, many youth, they have their information about marriages from social media and media. They always show that perfect couple, matching outfit, love at the first sight stories. And now you are in real life. This is different. That's our illusion. You will see each other in every single mood. Tired, upset, lazy, hungry, excited. This is the real life. Don't panic when differences appear. This is absolutely normal. You don't marry an angel, you marry a human being. Secondly, adjust to each other. The first thing you realize in the first year of marriage that you have different habits. Maybe one of you is neat, the other is messy. Maybe one is quiet, the other is loud. That's very normal. So these differences, you just need to observe and learn. Don't react before you adjust. Try to learn the love language of each other. Very important. Usually, men they show love by providing, not words. So, but human beings are different. Nowadays, there is a famous 5 love language. You can learn this, but you have to know each other. Sometimes the brother said, oh, she never say thank you. I provide. The sister said, I show my love through cooking and caring. They're both loving, just different language of love. That's very, very important. Communication is the lifeline. The first year of marriage is where you learn how to communicate. You know, realize their differences, there's different habits. You see your spouse in all different moods. You start argue with each other. Now you just to observe, be patient, and try to adjust. Very important to learn how to communicate. To learn the art of apology, how to apologize. You know, sometimes through long time of counseling, the first year can be all, either it will stay, your love or your marriage will be start very strongly, or the problems which will last maybe for many years start from here. What I see in my life, for those people who come to me, it's just few things. They are different in their habits, but they keep silent, keep silent, keep silent, till one day they just explode, shout to each other. That's why it's very important to say it very openly. If that upset you, sorry, but this action upset me. Don't say, you always do that. Don't use this language. Just very sorry, but this action upset me. That's it. But you have to say it. Because the other doesn't know that it upset you. And you keep silent, you over-sacrifice. Till then build the resentment. That's not good. You now come to know each other. That's why it's very important to talk to each other openly. It's good to check even every week How was our week, for example? Because when you know each other now, everything will be easier. Secondly, after what you expect, then it's very important that there is a common challenges, usually very common in every single spouse or many spouses happen in the first year. Number one, loneliness, especially with sisters. If the husband is the one who works, then he is outside all the day or many hours. There's no children yet. So the sister feel lonely. And she interprets this loneliness by she is forgotten. He doesn't care. That's why it's very important, two things here. Number one, for the husband is always to be aware about this problem. When you come home, and this is the time to give your quality time. Leave mobile phone. Your wife needs you. When you found her tired, try to say, oh, and try to support her emotionally. Don't say, oh, I work all the day. No, you are the qawwam. You are the one who should carry this burden. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is the most busiest man in Medina that time. But he never say to his wife, no, I work all the day. No, when you come home, you start now your duty. This is your duty. Try to support her. The second thing, which is very important for sisters, try to find something to busy yourself with. Don't just sit alone at home. Alhamdulillah, nowadays there is a lot of good companies. You have a lot of WhatsApp groups to learn Quran, to learn Tajweed, there's a lot of online courses. Try to find some good sisters. Build a good company. Don't rely on your husband and waiting for him all the day and don't have anything to do. Another also challenges that comparison, we talk about this, of social media. Please, to all the youth, what you see in social media is just illusion. Don't compare. Comparison killed gratitude. If you want to be grateful, don't compare. Don't compare your spouse with what you see online. That's disaster. Another also common, that argument. Some couples will say, oh, I feel that we are incompatible. Why? Because we always argue. Guys, argument in the first year is just completely normal. The problem is how we react on argument. Some people, when they found this argument, they said, oh, we are not incompatible. Because he expect or she expect that there is no argument in. You are different people, came from different background. You argue with your brothers and sisters, your siblings at home all your life. What about someone who is come from different background? You just need to learn how to argue. Don't insult. Don't bring the past mistakes. Try to be gentle. Try to observe. Try to know words every time you assess the arguments. Because it's all about to know each other. After that, everything will be amazing. One of the common challenges is when the wife lives with in-laws in the first year. Maybe because of lack of financial matters, so the sister lives with her in-laws. If the means of the husband can't provide this from the first year, then that's fine. If that's the agreement from the beginning, then I would say to the sister, the first thing to understand that there is many cases like this. And when you look at it and try to make it successful, that will be easy for you. Number one, just for the husband, set the boundary. Yes, you have to be perfect to your mother, you have to obey your mother, but also you have to take care of your wife. If there is any disagreement or conflict, you are the one who should take the responsibility for that and be balanced. Don't expose your wife to your mother or your sisters. Never. Try to just to say this relationship could be a healthy relationship when we look at it from different angle. It's a message here from all our respect mothers that this sister, it just try to treat her as your daughter. If you love your son, if you want happiness for your son, just treat his wife as your daughter, and she will pay it back for you. Teach her from your long experience. And also for the husband, try to take your wife regularly outside. That's very, very important. One of the challenges also in the first year that it's about who, but this usually, if I said before that all the work issues should solve before marriage. Sometimes some sisters are in their second or third year at university. This is suppose the season, for example, of the exam. This is now the duty of the husband to support. If you live together, it's not shameful for the brother to wash dishes or to cook sometimes if his wife is busy with that exam. If you show that support in the first year, that will build love and mercy. Third point today is about rights and responsibilities. You know, many Muslims, their idea about marriage is about rights and responsibilities. I would say it very clear from today. You know, marriage is not about keeping score. Rights and responsibilities, these come from when there is a conflict or disagreement, or to live with respect. But marriage is about sacrifice, is about patience, is about to give more than what you take, is about emotional generosity, is about to say, I will be to you the best gift in this life. When you come from that mindset, the marriage will be successful. But if the marriage for you is just, what's my right? What's my responsibility? That will kill marriage. Because this is not just in the foundation. That's where the conflict come. Yes, could be a conflict. If a conflict come, then yes, that's important to know what Islam say about rights and responsibility clearly. Not to make it as an argument always in debate with each other. No, to just set a foundation for respect. That's why I always would say to youth that marriage, just imagine a garden. You have a garden as a couple. That garden needs water. If you water that garden every day with kindness, it will flourish. But if you argue who should water the garden first, then the garden will die. So don't make the argument always my rights, my responsibility, my duties. But try to talk about rahma. وَجَعَلَ بَيْنَكُمْ مَوَدَّةً وَرَحْمَةً. When Allah talk about marriage in Quran, so مَوَدَّةً وَرَحْمَةً. So the right and responsibilities in Islam, the marriage is an institution, and every institution has a leader. And Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala make the husband is a leader in that institution. And he mentioned why he is the leader. He is the leader because of two reasons. الرجال قوامون على النساء. Why? بما فضل الله بعضهم على بعض وبما أنفقوا من أموالهم. Two reasons. The first reason, بما فضل الله بعضهم على بعض. It means there's a quality in the men that they deserve to be a leader in that institution. What's that quality? Number one, they should act more rational. Because women, they have their cycle month sometime, every single month. And they get different moods. The word of divorce is in the hand of man because of this. He should act rationally. You know, sometimes the wife asks you for divorce and she doesn't mean it at all. She just wants you to say, oh, how can you say this? I love you so much. That's it, you solve the problem. But if you take it literally, you will destroy your marriage. So she means something else. Or sometimes she is not in the mood. But she doesn't mean it in many of the cases. So number one is rational. So it should be act more rational. That's why the divorce is in his mouth. The second one is أنفقوا من أموالهم. The all financial responsibility is upon the man. He's the one who provides the accommodation, provide the dowry, provide the provision. Because he provides all this financial, then Allah give him that leadership. But that leadership is not to be for the man to be arrogant. No, it's just out of care. He should protect. He should care more. If there's any conflict, he should deal with that heavy responsibility. In the other hand, that the wife should respect that leadership. It's a message for all sisters. The more respect you give to your husband, the more love he will give you, the more caring, the more respect is very important quality for men. Just to show him. I say to my sisters, students who come to me, you know, sometimes the man has lack maturity. Sometimes the husband is lack maturity than the wife. I would say to the wife, even that, show him respect. If he say anything, maybe any decision, oh, subhanAllah, this is amazing. May Allah protect you for us. You are essential in this home. That type of words is to show him that respect. Secondly, that man should also provide emotional support for his wife. Because wife, as Rasulullah ﷺ explained to us many times, that women are more emotional. That's why you are the qawwam, you are the leader. So if you manage this institution, you have to deal with emotions. You have to learn to be social intelligence. It's very important. How to deal with women. How to give her support. How to manage the conversation with her. As we said before many times. Another also that the sexual needs. This also in Islam, another rights and responsibility for both. And this is sometimes can destroy the marriage from the first year. I would say to all my brothers and sisters, to all my sons and daughters, that this is something Quran talk about. It means don't feel shy to talk about in a marriage to each other. Don't hide your needs. You can give a lot of hints. If that doesn't matter, you can even speak openly, because this is something essential. It make marriage will stay for last. And you have to know also the language of each other. And in this point, then beautify yourself to each other. Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala, when He said, وَلَهُنَّ مِثْلُ الَّذِي عَلَيْهِنَّ بِالْمَعْرُوفِ, Ibn Abbas said, I would like for every man to beautify himself to his wife, to dress very well at home, just because to build that love with each other. Another rights and responsibilities also is for a man to manage the relationship between his wife, and in-laws. That's a very sensitive topic and very important. You have a duty towards your mother and also towards your wife, especially if they live together. But again and again, marriage is all about sacrifice, patience. That's why I said first, if you work together, how can you manage all the shopping, all the cooking, these small things? If you don't manage it from the first year, that will cause a lot of problems. Speak openly. Don't hide things in yours, because that's the time to talk. And then after first year, everything will be amazing. The last point here is, sometimes it's very common to a brother come and said, she's not what I imagined. Yes, because you imagine something in social media, which is illusion. You are now married human being, but you imagine something else. Or a sister come and say he's not romantic as I expected. I would say to the sisters, sometimes men just show love through actions, through providing, not words. But when you teach each other what's your favorite love language, that will be perfect. Or sometimes you say, we argue more than what I expect. Yes, argument, just growth. Just learn how the art of argument. After that, everything will be okay. There's many things, but I will leave it to your questions, inshallah. Our topic today is the first year of marriage. Yes.
What's the difference between and
okay, I will answer it very quickly because we want to focus on the practical. Mawadda and mahabba is both similar, but some scholars say that hub can translate to love, but mawadda can translate to affection. Affection? That means mahabba is the theory. Mawadda is the practice of that theory. Sometimes you love someone, but you don't show the love. That's mahabba. Quran said, وَجَعَلَ بَيْنَكُمْ مَوَدَّةً. Mawadda means to show, to express your love. Many times some men, they love their wives so much, but they can't express it. This big problem. Learn how to express your love. It's not shame that you, or maybe you come from some traditions that it's shame to express your love. That's why Rasulullah ﷺ came in an environment of Arab where they feel that this is shame, but he broke that traditions. You see, who do you love more? Aisha, straight away, because he come to teach the humanity. Or you walk with your wife in Rasulullah ﷺ used to, one day or twice, he raced with one of his wives. That's all to build love. Now many men, they feel shame that they walk next to their wives in front of people. Can you understand? In some traditions nowadays, the wife will sit in the back and the husband who will drive alone. For them it's shame to sit next to him, subhanallah. So this is a big problem. Oh, yes.
Can husband and wife hold hands in public?
Can husband and wife, hold hands in public? It depends on the traditions. Is it permissible? Absolutely, it's permissible. So it depends to the traditions. If the all city or tradition for them it's shame, then it's good for him to avoid it just because of this, not because it's not permissible. But I would say here in Britain, for example, it's normal for many couples. If the Muslims do that, what's wrong with that? But yes, it depends. But if the whole environment that will feel shame, yes, in Islam always, if the whole environment around you will feel that shame, so it's preferred not to do it, to avoid that criticism. But if the environment this is common, why not? Yes. Okay, yes. If not, I have a lot of questions here. Yeah, go on.
What are the responsibilities of a man towards his in-laws?
What are the responsibility of man towards his in-laws? Number one, respect. Respect your in-laws. You know, in Quran, Allah taught us that there is the human being can connect mainly with two main relationships, which is in-laws and blood. Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala said, وَالَّذِي خَلَقَ مِنَ الْمَاءِ بَشَرًا فَجَعَلَهُ نَسَبًا وَصِهْرًا. Nasab is lineage and sihr is in-laws. This is very important relationship. Number one is respect. That's number one. Number two is to keep in touch with in-laws. Islam taught us, we are Muslims. We don't act like any traditions or, no, we learn all this from Islam. Islam encourages us to keep that relationship with in-laws, to visit them regularly, to take care of them, etc. Number three is always encourage your wife to visit her family. You know, some husbands, they prevent their wives to visit their family. And that's not his. If the wife say, no, I will not listen to that, this is my mother and father, that's her right. Because he can't prevent his wife from visiting parents. Because لا طاعة لمخلوق في معصية الخالق. If she cut that relationship, she disobey her Lord. But she should say it in very respectful way, very gentle way. So keep that relationship, respect, try to visit them regularly. However, when that relationship is just poison, some in-laws are very difficult. And the more you keep touch with them, the more problems will grow. If that's the case, then respect is always there, but try that visiting and or to be very less, just to avoid that problems. Yes. Okay, let me show some online questions then. If there's no question, I will take some. Yes.
Sheikh, because of you said that social media creates fitna, comparison, stuff like that. Do you recommend people to delete social media, especially if you're married or?
So he said that, you said that social media maybe increase the comparison. I said that comparison killed gratitude. Would you advise to delete social media in the first year? That's up to you. But you will not see Sheikh Shaybani in Instagram then. I will not say delete social media, but manage social media. You know, the problem with phones, with internet, especially in the first year, that it just made a lot of distractions. The man, he worked for 8 hours, 10 hours, and then he came home. Woman is lonely. This is the first year. And then he want to just open his mobile phone in the rest of the day. This is a big problem. If that's the case, yes, I would say switch off your mobile phone when you came, especially the first year, because this is disaster. You can't imagine the consequences. And the reaction of the woman, usually she will remain silent. She will not say anything. Day after day after day, you just increase that distance between you. And the problem is just this small device. Secondly, yes, learn that what you see in social media is just illusion. That's very important. And marriage teach you this. In marriage, you live in real life. As I said, you see each other in all the moods. See upset, angry, lazy, hungry. Hungry is very important, sisters. They say in Arab that the nearest path to the heart of your husband is his belly. Okay, be careful, kitchen and cook. And so I would say yes, just about manage, because you'll see each other in this all moods. You will not see that in in the social media. Just filtered. Just something, they write a scenario and all of these things. To read about the miserable life of the celebrities, actresses and acts, that's very important to give you this sense of reality. There's a lot of stories like this. Yes?
Sheikh, how the sisters can trust each other? Like, how can they trust each other?
Sometimes?
Jealousy. The women.
Okay. He said, how can build the trust? He said that women sometimes are very jealous. Yes, jealousy itself is healthy and it's for women, but if that level of jealousy is increased, it will be disaster. So if the woman became jealousy of you, that's just out of love. Men, firstly, they have to understand that jealousy is just out of love. The first problem here, some men, they interpret that jealousy as a disease, as a lack of trust. Sometimes not lack of trust at all. It's just sign of love. They just need from you some words to build that trust. Imagine this conversation, you don't care about me. I saw you always look there and there. Just some kind words of this. How can you are the light of my life? You are some kind words. That's it. But when you react, you don't trust me, and you start that conflict, that way the conversation goes nowhere. So it's all in the hand of the husband again. Sometimes the jealousy have an evidence. Imagine now that the woman, for example, catch her husband that he saw some pictures of women in his mobile phone. Okay, this is scenario now. Okay, it's all about how we deal with the scenario. We are a human being. Sometimes we fall in sins, sometimes we make mistakes. But how we manage that conversation is what increase that conflict or finish that conflict. So said, yes, admit and say, that's my fault. May Allah forgive me. I'll never do it again. This is just a bad habit before marriage. I will try to fix myself. That admit in that moment is very important. If you keep it again and again and again, then you have admit, and this is a problem. One of the common problems nowadays in youth, that some brothers, they are addicted to pornography. And this is a big problem, can cause a lot of consequences. Number one, that can affect the intimacy between spouses. Because the one who addicted to this type of stuff, he can't also fulfill the needs of his wife properly. And that's why I said to all my sons, if you addicted in this, you have to fix yourself first before you get married. And you can't fix this problem by yourself. You can't. Impossible. Because this is one of the big types of addiction. There's a certain way. You have to seek help. Seek help. In this series, we said there's Aware Academy. He came here to this Manchester many times. Or you go to any psychologist. There's some certain courses just about this. This is common problem, phenomena. Muslims, non-Muslims, in non-Muslim country, Muslim country, this is a phenomena. So fix yourself first before you do that. Lastly, I would send a message for my sisters. Jealousy is out of love, but when that jealousy becomes in high level, you just destroyed your marriage. Sisters, you just destroy your marriage with that high level of jealousy. Sometimes not just out of doubt. Doubt about everything. That's not good. Marriage is built on trust. You should trust each other. Some spouse, they have a condition. I need the password of your mobile phone. That's not good. That kills trust. Let it make smoothly. And trust each other. Trust, when you grow that trust, that will make the marriage excellent. Yes? How to learn how to be socially intelligent with women. So, number one, you just have to read about it, to attend some courses about it. Alhamdulillah, nowadays, social intelligence is one of the most common topics that there are a lot of courses, a lot of books, a lot of read about. You know, we live in a time that all the skills that usually some people they have naturally, you can learn it now in systematic way. That's one of the positive aspect in our life, modernity here. That all the skills that you need in this life, some people they have naturally, you don't have. You will learn it and in systematic way, in a course to learn social intelligence. I would suggest learn. If you want me to summarize some tips, number one is to know the nature of woman, as we talk in the first of this series. That's very, very important, the nature of woman. Number two is just to learn the love language. Number three is to know how to argue. Very important, how to. Just take course in this or read a book. That book will deserve. It's, you know, marriage is the most important institution here. You have to make effort to make that marriage successful. Yes?
Earlier you said that you should encourage your wife to go and see her family, in her side of the family.
Oh, parents, yes.
Yeah, so sometimes the wife's family lives far away, and so she might have to travel to go see them, and she's away from her husband for a long period of time.
Why long period of time?
I'm not sure. Sometimes people stay at the mother's house for an escape, or I'm not sure. The question is more so about, is it like, what is the rules about women traveling on their own, and like, or sometimes the husband might be working, he can't go with her. So what's the rules of it?
Okay, this is not one question, it's three questions. Okay. So he said, you said that encourage your wife to visit her parents regularly. Yes, definitely, because this is, the more she is good to her parents, the more she will give you more in this life. So what if the parents live in different city? Then she will visit them just regularly. It's difficult to visit occasionally, but every month, one times, 2-3 days, that's fine. Alhamdulillah, nowadays we have mobile phone, we have video call. That video call can replace a lot of these duties. And he said, what if she live in very far city and then she need to travel? The husband is busy, he can't travel with her. If the husband is busy and he can't travel with her, nowadays there is a lot of safety. He will go and farewell her in the train, for example, and then that train is safety, alhamdulillah. There's a lot of facilities nowadays. If that's the case, yes, she can travel. Yes?
What is your advice to Muslim parents who prevent their child from getting married with...
Prevent what?
Prevent their child from getting married with...
Why? Okay, go on.
Getting married with someone who still have family living in haram environment, but especially if they are new Muslim, for example. You understand what I mean?
So the father prevent his daughter, for example,
The daughter
or son from,
married with someone
okay,
whose family is still living in haram environment. For example, new Muslim.
okay,
So the family preventing
okay.
them to
So
getting married.
what's your advice for a family or parents who prevent their son, for example, to get married,
They still drink alcohol. I mean,
prevent their son to get married with a sister who is just revert to Islam, and her family are non-Muslim or do a lot of things, so they are afraid about the in-laws. I would say Islam said, لا تزر وازرة وزر أخرى. That if her family is her family, we should support the reverts. We should support them. We should show them the beauty of Islam. And usually, if this is the case, the husband and the wife, this is a very easy case. Because usually the husband is the one who is in charge of that institution. So he should encourage his wife to give da'wah to her parents by a good character. Show them that when she became Muslim, she became the best daughter. But to prevent them just because of this, it depends to the situation, but the default should be we should support the old reverts. If you talk about the reverts. Yes, if there's some situations, and that's a different story. One of the questions that men or women, they said, I feel like I lost my freedom. You know, some men, first of all, their life, they have strong connection with their friends. They meet each other every single day. They play football 3 times a week, basketball 2 times a week, tennis 2 times a week. Go to Rosham Street every night. Strong connection with friends. When he get married, I feel I lost my freedom. What's this? I don't expect marriage like this. You don't lost your freedom. You just change your season. When you get married, this is a new season in your life. You're here to build home, to build a new generation. You live every season of your life and involve in it. Or the woman said that now I feel I lost my freedom. So my daughters, it's when you build your home and you are there at home, you are not less. You just build a new generation. And the woman usually is the most important figure in house to build that environment. So to all the youth, life is just different seasons. You can't live all your life with this, that you go with your friends all life till you die. That's not a good life. Try to taste all these seasons and live and involve in them. Interrupt me if you have any question. Otherwise, I will go to that. Okay? When will we be truly happy? You know, many youth, because their definition of happiness is what they say of marriage. But if you think happy, the time and that what you see in social media, that's not the reality. You know, did you see one of your siblings not in the mood? Do you see them tired, upset, angry? Also, your spouse is the same. He's a human being. So you live together all the time. But how we make that small effort to make that marriage successful, that how? It's depend to us. But if we just expect with no effort, that's just illusion. Yes. One.
I just one question if you can explain. You know, there's a certain time when the wives are busy with the pregnancy or maybe the children, and the husbands, how you say, they are 24/7 on, and they need time. That time they used to spend with their wives, and the wives are busy. So in that situation, what's your advice for the husbands, and
Okay, what's your advice when wife is are in pregnancy or has a children and the husband is busy 24/7? I will talk about that later. Today, my goal is just the first year of marriage before children. When children come, that's a long story. We'll talk about that, inshallah, in details. But I would say the first year before children, that's the foundation of marriage, guys. That's the foundation. You know, sometimes you heard that the couples after 25 years, 30 years, they get divorced. I claim that most of these divorce, the problem is from the first year of marriage. But they don't solve the problems. And the distance come more, till after that, they get divorced. The foundation is in the first year. That's why seek help, ask. If you don't anything, try to come to the wise people and ask them. One of the very important point in the first year is to keep what happened between you secret. Try to keep the dignity of your spouse. You know, if you are have strong attachment to your friends, you'll tell them everything. That's disaster. This is sacred relationship. One of the major sin in Islam to expose what is between you and spouse, especially in intimacy or all of these things. This is secret and sacred. If there is conflict, don't tell your family. No, try to solve problem together. When the problem go out of the house, it will increase and increase. And everyone will involve in that. Try to keep secret. If you want to seek help, seek just from one person outside your family is a wise person. He will give you some tips about that out of the experience. But the first year is very important. And I would say the most important is to know each other. Guys, if you live and pass the first year and you don't know each other, it's a big problem. And in the end of the first year, she get angry. I don't know why she is angry. That's your fault. Because you should know each other. When you're angry, why? Yes, that's connection. You can tell straight away, just from the face, if she is upset and why she is upset. Because this is the year where we learn this. Communication, love language, what's upset us. And another golden tip is don't hide. Say it openly, but in nice way. Say, sorry, this upset me. It make me upset. Very gentle, and that's it. He will never say it again. But when you hide in yourself, this is the problem. That's hide, and then, subhanallah. Or one of the common mistakes nowadays, or problems, 4 or 5 times come to me of the new couples. Always this, one of them are messy and the other are very neat and organized. And my husband came and he put his shoes like this, socks here. What's this? Look now, the wife remains silent. That's not good. Don't remain silent. Say it, but very kindly. She remains silent. After 3 weeks, khalas, she is flawed, exploding. That's not good. Say it, but very gently. He doesn't mean to annoy you to put his socks here. That's just all his life like this. Very gently, and he will learn from you. You will learn from him. That's it. Also, how to say the words. Maybe she cooked in the first day and she is not expert in that. And you are very frankly, what's this? I'd rather to go to Uber Eats than every single day. It's not cook. Be careful with your words. You are here to learn. So let her learn that. Everything will come gradually. Oh, that's amazing. This is your first cook. That's amazing. Even it's awful, but that's why even that type of things is not liar in Islam. May Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala bless all of you. May Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala give everyone who is single here a pious spouse. Give barakah on